entertainment. You had a number of shots cleared off the line. Do you think it's point gained or 2 points dropped on the road?
Look, if you asked me before the game, I would have been happy with a point. And I think on the balance of the game, I think a draw in the end was a fair result. I think as the game went on, I think we were the side that was more likely to win. Yeah, I'm happy with our performance.
A couple of very young players getting starts for you tonight. Lots of debuts for both sides as well. Just what were your thoughts on some of the performances of the youngsters? Yeah,
you look at James in goals. I thought he was magnificent tonight. Young Noah at left back again was very solid, and Yaya, for a 17-year-old, his first start as well in the A-League. I thought he was very good. And you look at the balance of our side. If we with the youth that we've got there's a lot of excitement to look forward to. If we had a bit more experience, we most surely would have had the 3 points.
Well, I did want to ask you about James Sterling. He's been a very highly rated prospect for quite a while, but never got a sustained run of games. How good can he be if he gets a sustained run of things in the A-League this season?
Yeah, I've said all along when Paul Izzo left and went overseas, I said to Bruce, let's sign James. I know James, I worked with him with the young Socceroos, and I know he's got huge potential. And, unfortunately for goalkeepers, they don't get an opportunity until they, quite old. When we look at the best goalkeeper in Australia at the moment, Matt Ryan, he was given an opportunity when he was a young goalkeeper, and James is, down that path as well, I believe. Yeah, I'm very happy. Tommy, we just need to get used to the way that he plays a little bit more and play with him a bit more, because when he was involved, he looked very dangerous. He created some really good opportunities for us as well. So, that's, to get 75, 80 minutes out of him, that's, very pleased with that, considering that he's had, I think, 3 or 4 training sessions with the group. So, there's very big upside in Tommy, and I believe, I think we're fortunate enough that I think we've got the best number 9 in the country.
It must be extra nice for you, because I feel like number 9 is something that Adelaide's probably not had for the last couple of years at least. Does Tommy feel like something you can really build your team around going forward? Yeah,
definitely for this season, yeah. And you saw some of his quality there tonight, and he's only going to get better the more games that he plays. And, this week at training, I think I've never seen anyone that can finish the ball like he can. He's definitely going to be improve and give us a focal point up front, and we just need to learn to play better with him.
That's a pretty big statement, Carl, considering you play pretty good level yourself with some good players.
Yeah, most definitely. I say that he's what I've seen this week in training. He's the best finisher that I've seen.
This sort of whole policy, or it seems like a policy, is it a policy of going for South Australian kids, getting a very kind of Adelaide feel, South Australian feel to the whole setup?
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, most definitely it is. I'm a big believer, having spent a lot of time in the youth development in South Australia, that we have some excellent kids, not just in South Australia, around the country, and they need opportunities to play. And I'm a big pusher of that, and Bruce is as well, and the club is as well, and they've backed me to go down that path. And, you saw tonight some of those, and in the hub, at the end of the last season, some of the players, when they're given opportunity, especially young players, they're very brave and they play with no fear, and that's, exciting to watch.
It's just interesting, we talked to Scott Jamieson a week and a half ago, and put to him that, this is about the kids, and the kids this year, it's going to be like a development league, and Jamo got quite angry and upset and said, that's an insult to experienced professionals.
Yeah, look.
This is a development league.
Yeah, look, the young players, I'm not going to give players, because they're young, an opportunity. They have to work for it and show to me that they're good enough to play at this level. And I think the boys, especially at Adelaide, have shown that they're good enough to play at this level, and we just have to manage the way that we keep them playing, that we don't overload them, because they're young players and they're going to have ups and downs. So we're well aware of that, and we've got a good core group of young players there that we're going to put some time into, and because we can see the upside there.
I guess the question then is, can you win with kids? Can this team challenge for finals or?
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. I can remember someone asked Sir Alex Ferguson that question what was that, 20 odd years ago. And you look what Manchester United did with the young players.
Big shoes for you to fill.
Yeah, so you look, as coaches at times we can be scared of playing young players because we don't know what they're going to give you because they can be inconsistent, but there's a lot of upside to young players.
Ben Harmon's talked about a bit of a shift in style this season for Adelaide. Obviously, under GMHBA, a lot of goals, a lot of up and down, not always in control of games. Is that something that you focused on with the players in pre-season in terms of maybe not letting, when we had 4-3,
Yeah.
last season, maybe being a little bit more in control, keeping the ball a little bit more and not getting so stretched?
Yeah, most definitely. If you want to win something, it doesn't matter where you play. You got to defend. You got to have a very strong defensive structure, and it doesn't matter what level you play at or what team you are. You got to build a strong defensive structure and build off of that. And we've got some excellent attacking players with a lot of pace. So it's important that we stay in games and don't give away soft goals and make teams that earn their goals, and that's what we showed tonight, how defensively strong we were. I think they had a couple of good half chances, but other than that, I think we were very solid defensively.
What's the plan then to replace the goal scoring punch you have from midfield rather than last season? Obviously, the club's acting on him and his success. Where do those goals come from?
Yeah, look, I think we need someone in the midfield that is a bit creative. Unfortunately, we lost James, just a couple of weeks ago. That would have provided that creativity that we're sort of missing as a 10. But we just have to get on with it. Stefan did a tremendous job there tonight. He's not as creative as James is, but he gives us a lot of other things that James wouldn't have given us.
How far away is George Timothy from getting a jersey?
Yeah, George is, having spent a long time out of the game, and he's come in and he's done exceptionally well in pre-season, and he's slowly building. I think, 2 weeks ago it was the first time he played 90 minutes for over a year. So it's going to take time, and he will just have to be ready for when the opportunity comes. Michael Jakobsen tonight was excellent. He led by example again. Unfortunately, he will just have to bide his time and be ready for if an opportunity comes.
Can I just revisit something you said earlier? You said in the league in the past there's maybe a case of reluctance from coaches to play young players because you don't know what you're going to get. Do you think this season, when coaches, given everything that's happened, will probably be forced to play young players, do you think that can bring about a change in mindset in the years ahead when things go back to normal, that you can play the kids, you don't need to worry?
Yeah, look, it's about having a balance, isn't it? I'm not saying you have to go out there and just play all young kids. I go back to my time when I came through the old National Soccer League. There was a good sprinkling of young players around the league in every side, and that's how we got sort of success as an Australian team, because we had a lot of young players getting games before they moved overseas, and that's, I suppose we might have gone away from that a little bit in the A-League, and I think it's maybe a correction that we needed.
Just a reasonably short turnaround to Melbourne City. I guess how's the squad pulled up, any injuries out of tonight? And you mentioned young players. Do you have to look at a lot of rotation coming into that?
I've got great belief in our medical staff and our strength and conditioning staff. They'll get the boys up and ready for the game next Sunday at home. I think Melbourne play tomorrow night, so we'll have an extra day in recovery. So, that's football.
Everyone pulled up okay?
Yeah, as far as I know, there was no injuries, no one complaining in the change room after the game. So, we'll reassess tomorrow, fly back to Adelaide and then start on Thursday, getting ready for Melbourne City on Sunday.
Are you looking forward to being able to play in front of a home Adelaide crowd for the first time in what must feel like ages?
Yeah, it does feel a long time. I think it was March last year, the last time we played at home. So it's, I think our fans can be excited, and it would be great to see them feel Highmarsh to the capacity that we're allowed to have next week, and get behind this team, because that's what, they need, that support, and especially at Highmarsh, when we have a lot of our supporters there, it's almost like an extra player for us.
What are you going to need to improve on to win this week?
Look, today was as I said before the game, it was going to be interesting to see how both teams adapt, because we haven't had the long pre-season and the opportunity to play competitive games that we normally have had. And I think tonight the performance from both teams was excellent, considering that both teams have had a very limited game preparation coming into this season. So, you know, we're going to improve, you know, each week, and that's all we can do. We'll look at the performance tonight and look at what areas we need to improve on, and that's what we'll work towards.
Harvey Lopez was in the initial squad, didn't make it for the game today. How's he come against his coming out of quarantine?
Yeah. Look, Harvey looks very good. You can see the quality in him. I just didn't think it would be fair on him to play him underdone. You know, we want him to be here for the whole season and provide that experience for us for the whole season. And there's no point in rushing him into a game where he's going to be underdone and not be able to provide his best performance. And so we'll take that time to give him the opportunity so that he can be at his best.
Do you guys expect to
Last question.
bring a replacement for James Sturgis, obviously, with a couple?
Yeah, most definitely. We're looking. That's something, you know, when we've got room in the squad for that, so we're definitely looking, but it's very difficult to find players at this time of the year. So with the transfer windows opening up, there's a lot of, I suppose, movement in Europe coming in January. So it's, you know, we're not going to just go out and sign anyone. We're going to find someone that's going to fit right for the squad and fit right for the team, the way that I want the team to play.